let's convert this thing into HTML and CSS without using framework. Fine. Now since we are using HTML and we have CSS, and I have linked the style.css over here, and we have used a font awesome icon which is not needed for this PSD to HTML conversion, and second we have Google font which is a bottom. Fine. Now what are we going to do? We are going to create a container, and that container will have 3 columns. Fine. Now let's call the container as row, and then column 3 times, and we need a image, and we will open an image which is available on imgs 1 2 3 4. Okay, likewise and then after that let's wrap this inside a container. To have common padding, we will add padding top of 5 rem, and after the column contains image, and we will have another row. This time it is rows, and then calls. The first one again will have an image, and the second calls will have h3, some text, paragraph with lorem ipsum, 15 words. Four words is enough. Likewise, just copy paste the whole thing. Now let's work on the Control O. Inside the folder, just open the HTML. Now for all element, padding 0, margin 0, and let the font family be Roboto. So for that, so this is it. Now we have a container. We'll add max width of 80%, margin top bottom 0, left right auto to make it at the center. So for now we have images. Let's give the width of the image as 300 pixel, and height also same, just to now after that (11, 22, 33). Great. Now we have rows. Display, flex, row as well as rows. and then inside row we have a single call, singular, and which will have flex basis 33%. Inside that we have an image, $250. Great. Now what we need is, we need to add padding to the rows. And after that, let's add box shadow. This box shadow should come to the columns, and let's change the width to 28%. Margin right 1 rem, 5 rem, we'll make this 90%. And we will make overflow hidden. So to make this responsive, max width 100%, height auto, now need padding 0.5 rem, now we need a square shape image, then we have rows, calls, image, this time the flex basis is going to be we'll get the first one, and give the width of how much, 20%, and we'll get the second one and give the width of 80%. And again max width and padding, rows. Great. Padding margin right 1 rem. Actually this should be given to the first calls. And we have paragraph and h3. Font size 0.5 rem. Inside calls inside row we have rows, then calls, h3 and paragraph. Let's try to give background. That doesn't seem to be working. Select it. Yep, now it's working. Actually it's rows. Then margin bottom 1 rem, 0.5 rem. Great. The same way 0.7 or 8. For the calls we need padding 1.5 rem to both the calls, first column and second column. Adjust margin right, left margin left. Great. Now we need some padding along the rows. Padding 0.5 rem. Well, that works. And now let's add some greenish color. Add this box shadow. Now if you remember, if you have adding padded, we have added padding, and let's give padding top and bottom, left and right 0, or I can give margin, I'll leave padding 3 rem seems cool. Padding top and bottom 3 rem. Well, that seems awesome. If you want, you can change the color. White space, no wrap. .8 rem. Now let's work on these layers. Again, we'll create container. Padding top and bottom 3. You see it's a single row. Underscore 2. And then we have call. Then we have image. Then we have this image holder will have this image tag, and then we will create another container for contents. And that will, the first one will be date, and then the paragraph. One, two, three, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Lorem with 10 words. Likewise, we need 3. So everything till column, everything is great. Now we'll call this class, and we'll make display flex, and then we have call inside it. We'll have flex spaces of how much? 33%. And then again this call has a display flex. Inside the call we have image holder, and then we have content. Margin right of 0.5 rem, and inside that we have image. We'll give max width of 100%. Height of auto Great. I think we have to give height and width. Let's make it 250 and 250 for a perfect square. Too much. 150 and 150. 75 and 75. And border radius 50% for the perfect circle. And now, since everything is okay, let's give inside that we have padding. Paragraph, we will give margin top of 0.5 rem, and then let's add the color gray to the h3 and to the paragraph. Sorry, we have two paragraph, not h3. Great, this seems appropriate. Now if you want, let's inspect this and let's try to give some space. This column is actually wide. And width of 100%. So it is the margin. Let's remove the margin and increase the size. Just copy it. Well, to make this responsive, we have to remove the flex, display flex property, and that would work. Just by removing the display flex for the small screen, it would work. Or what you can do is you can add flex direction column, flex direction column. Well, that seems working.